Welcome! In front of me is a Samsung Galaxy XCover Pro, and today I will show you how to go through the setup process of the device. So, to get started, let's notice the amazing battery percentage of 69. Nice. And from there, let's actually change the language to something a little bit more easy to understand. So, I'm going to select English, let's confirm it, and then press start. Next page, connect to mobile network. So in here you could normally insert a SIM card and connect to mobile network, but we can also skip it and completely disregard it and insert a SIM card later on without any kind of problem or additional steps. So next page we'll have some legal items to review. Now that'd be end user license agreement as a mandatory thing that you need to agree to, and if you want to, you can tap on the details right here to read exactly what you're agreeing to. Now it's probably not going to be the lightest read that you had, and it's more like a couple hours of trying to understand this and deciphering, so I'm just gonna agree to it and pretend I read it. From there, let's tap on next, and here we have the option to connect to Wi-Fi. Now this might be a little bit wonky because if this device is completely brand new, Samsung might not allow you to skip this for some odd reason. Even though the skip button is there, it's going to tell you, but you need to connect to Wi-Fi. So that's kind of stupid, but I guess there's no way around it. But if the device has already been resetted, so it's already after the actual first setup as a brand new device, and it has been resetted and you're back in the setup, from here you can actually skip it. Which is, again, I don't get why it works like that, but whatever. Now you could also connect to Wi-Fi if you wanted to, so you just choose your Wi-Fi and connect, and you would have the option to later on log into your Google account if you wanted to. And if you choose to skip it, you won't have that option, along with the fact that you will also have to set the date and time manually. Now on the next page, here we have the option to copy apps and data from a different device, so you could basically restore it using Google account. Now if you press next, it's gonna allow you to do that, but you will first need to go back and connect to Wi-Fi first and then also log into Google. And overall I'm setting it up as new device, so I'm gonna select don't copy. Next page, Google services, so location, scanning, and sending user and diagnostic data. You can read exactly what you're agreeing to here. You can tap on the arrow, it will expand the explanation of what it is, what location is, or scanning. But the gist of it, location is a GPS tracking used for applications like maps, as an example, for the sole purpose to give you an accurate route to your destination from where you are right now. But it's also being used by trash apps like everything that has a smart in it, so smart home, smart thermometer, smart something. Yeah, most of those applications for some ungodly reason want your location because they have as much business in your location and where you live as your neighbor. So yeah. Anyway, next thing we have is scanning. Now this is a little bit more reasonable. So basically scans for Wi-Fi networks nearby and also Bluetooth devices, stuff like that. So yeah. Now below that we have send user and diagnostic data. Now it might seem harmless or stuff like that, and well, for the most part it is, but the meaning behind it is a little bit different. So Google basically allow Google to gather data on you. So as they explain it, they can improve the user experience of their devices, which what I would say otherwise it's so they can earn more money off of you by selling your data, because that's really what Android is all about. You get a cheap device because it's stealing your data. So from there, let's go back and disable all of this if that even has any effect, and from there let's go further. So here we have the option to protect our device, and that'd be through a face recognition, fingerprint, PIN pattern, or password. And if you choose to set up a fingerprint or face recognition, you are still forced to set up one of the actual physical ways of unlocking the device. That'd be PIN, pattern, or password. One of those you will have to choose. That is because if something would happen to your face or fingerprint, you would basically lose access to your device. So you could cut your finger and fingerprint won't recognize it, or you could get beat up and phone won't recognize your face. Or as a more probable example, you drop your phone, screen cracks, goes over the camera and the fingerprint sensor, although the fingerprint sensor is on the back or on the side here. But let's just assume something happens to both of them, and you can't unlock your device using those methods. So that's why there's also a pattern, PIN, or password as a forced option on you. I'm gonna go with the pattern anyway, so let's just draw the pattern, redraw it, confirm, and it's now completely set. Now here we have a Samsung account, absolute bloatware on this device, or basically any other Samsung device, and I might seem a little bit harsh about it, but let's be honest, everything that Samsung offers has a longer existing, probably better alternative from Google. After all, it is Android, so Google was first to basically everything that they offer here. And when you try to skip it, it basically gives you this, but look at all the things that you're missing, which you're not really missing anything, to be really honest. And just going quickly over this, we have Samsung Cloud, which Google Drive is a thing, Bixby, Hey Google, which is significantly better, Galaxy Theme, entire Play Store, which has themes, Find My Mobile, Find My Device, Samsung Pass. If you are logged into Google account on your phone, it will automatically ask you if you want to store your password, so this is useless. Galaxy Store, the existence of entire Play Store makes this thing completely obsolete, and a secure folder, which actually that might be the only thing that is usable here, because Samsung removes the actual Google Files application, which therefore removes the password protected option here. So this is the only thing that you have, and overall, even if Google's version would be still here, Samsung one might have a little bit of an advantage because of the Knox security, so it will be a little bit more secure than the Google version of it. So this is the only thing, and if you don't need the last one here, the secure folder, you don't really see any way of or any reason to encrypt your data and basically make it harder to access, then you really have no reason to log into this, because everything else is provided by Google. So I'm gonna skip it, as I always do, and basically finish up the setup. And there we go. So that is how you could go through the setup process with minor differences and how you set it up. But if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.